And good morning, Minecraft. This is Mr. Kassarian,
And this is Tekrin.
and welcome to episode number 9 of my Season 4 server play. This is Logistics Pipes Part 2, because we can't seem to get away from it.
No matter how hard I try.
So this is what we're going to use next. 9 of these item sync modules. What are we using them for? That's a good question. What we're going to do is we're now working on hooking up our barrels. So let's put a hole in there. And that's a tool rack. I hope these don't connect. They will connect. I know they'll connect. So let's do it over here. Much better. Alright, because remember, those tool racks do have an actual inventory in them. So, yeah.
That would be fun.
Oh, yeah. So let's hook that up. Now, I already put all these chassis Mark IIs up here. And all I'm going to do is put the item sync modules in them. 6, 7, 8. And actually, that last one I won't hook up yet. The last thing I'm going to do is I have a logistics chassis Mark III that I'm going to put the item sync module into. Why? Well, some of you are probably asking, hey Tess, what happens if an item goes into a network and it has no place to go? It'll go to a default route. How do we specify the default route? Pop in your item sync module, open it up, and say default route yes. So now, if an item doesn't know where on Earth it's supposed to go, it will wind up in there. Now, as for this stuff up here, here's what we're going to do. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. And we haven't hooked up that last one because, honestly, we don't really have enough sugarcane being collected right now to warrant it. So now we just open this, go into the item sync module, and tell it that this is cobblestone. And tell it that this is dirt, and etc., etc., etc. So Nick, what are you working on?
Currently working on a bag of Cheetos because Kassarian decided to start recording right in the middle of my meal.
Not my fault.
Well, you know it's your fault.
Yeah, it totally is. I'm also working on logistics pipes, which means that he's perfectly happy to eat and not have to deal with it.
Yeah, I despise logistics pipes ever since logistics pipes involve the use of gates.
Pretty much.
Because I despise how long gates take to make, and so I don't touch them.
So the next thing we're going to make is a quick sort module. And this is actually a pretty powerful module. What it does is it kind of works like... That's provider, okay. What it does is it actually kind of works like our, like a redstone engine, basically. So if you open this up, we're going to take out our quick sort. And we're just going to plug it into the back of our general stuff chest. Default route chest, actually. Now, what it's going to do is it's going to sort through all of this stuff, and it's going to pull out anything that has some place to go. So if, for example, we gave glass a place to go, let's do that now. Let's tell glass that it's allowed to go into our random stone chest. So I'm going to put it in. Now it's going to update in its computer, its little internal memory storage, and say, hey, wait a second, I have a place for glass to go. And once, with a bit of a delay, it's eventually going to realize that polymorphic item sync, that the glass now has a place to go, and we'll start pulling that glass out and sending it into here. There we go. See, it just yanked it out? So it delays it just to make sure that you're not, lagging out your server with a whole bunch of items. Notice it was also intelligent. It didn't pull any of these items out that don't have a place to go. The quick sort will only pull out items that have a route to go to. They will not pull out items if they go to a default route. So the iron is going to get pulled out after a couple seconds once the system realizes it has some place to go, but the chunk of flesh won't. Now these items will also get pulled out. Notice right now we have plus 11 dirt in that chest. In a couple seconds we should have plus 12. If this thing updates correctly, which is always a concern. Eventually.
Well, currently the server isn't going to be the issue because the server's at 19 ticks per second.
Oh, okay. Well, that's good. I was hoping I set this all up right.
Well, it looks like you did. It's just, Lots of golden pipes, so it's gonna take a little while. Yep, I see a whole bunch of items coming through.
Are they
Looks
bouncing?
like it's running.
Nah, they're bouncing. That's the problem. Oh, they're bouncing out of these chests. Out of these ones up here, the factorization ones.
Right.
Yeah, okay, so I
Oh,
just...
top.
So, what?
In factorization, they need to go in the top in order to actually go in. Otherwise, they just bounce.
Yeah, that's why we're going to reconfigure this with...
Better barrels.
Yep. Notice, by the way, how I pulled an item out of there and it stayed at 11? So what's happening is it's putting the items in, but it's just not updating the count on the front. Okay. So, why don't Nick and I get started replacing these things all with actual barrels that work with logistics pipes nicely. Then we'll bring you guys back in once we're ready to start the next part of this. And these are also all going to get provider modules as well. Alright, so you guys are probably wondering how we're going to sort these chests that I have sorted by mods. Well, logistics pipes gives us the mod-based item sync module. Now let's take these out and let's go to rotary craft. Alright, let's take that from rotary craft. Am I actually storing HSLA anywhere else? I don't think I am. I am not. Okay. So, what we can now do is I can plug in this into there. Alright? And we can configure it. So let's pull this thing open, and let's open this up. Ooh, what does this do? Well, if I put this ingot in, you'll see it now says rotary craft, and I can click add. And now, when I add this thing into our quicksort chest, it should get pulled out and sent automatically to the rotary craft chest. Now, it's going to take a couple seconds. So we have 34. We should be getting 35 at some point in the nearby future. Any second now. All right. Well, it works. Trust me. Don't question it too much. So we can also configure this one for IC2. Mod-based item sync, IC2, add.
And while he is doing all of that, I'm up north collecting from our flower setup. Because I happen to have a bit of fun with gathering some flowers. To our east, we have a lavender field, and then to our north we have a bed of roses and dandelions, and then to our west we have snow, and to our south we have ice.
Indeed. Now, let me sneak back here. And there's another cool feature about this as well, which I'm about to get into, which is if you notice, that thing has quite a bit of space to it, right? Well, when you get to something like, let's say, thermal expansion, which isn't just storing thermal expansion, it's storing thermal expansion, it's storing buildcraft. Oh, thank goodness they did that. Ah. Buildcraft is now listed as one mod.
Awesome. Because how many mods is it?
Nope, it's not. It's separate. Okay.
Oh god. Yeah, because Buildcraft is actually how many mods combined into one? It's like 6 mods combined into one, which makes it a pain for mods like this because it does it by mod instead of by collection of mods, which makes it so we have to do it for Buildcraft cord, Buildcraft add-ons, Buildcraft pipes, Buildcraft machines, and so yeah.
And also logistics pipes is set up in a similar fashion.
Yeah.
Oh, nope, I guess not. It's Logi pipes main. Yeah, okay. So as things show up and we have to sort things out, we can deal with that. It's just, in the meantime, it's a bit of a pain in the rear end. Just
Indeed it is.
Okay, so that should be all hooked up now. So what we can do is I can actually just drop this junk off in here. And most of that should sort relatively automatically. Or, as sometimes we like to say, auto-magically.
Because these things are certainly not doing it by any normal means. But then again, you have Minecraft physics, so it doesn't matter.
Indeed. Now we're going to start crafting something else as well, which is to make this place actually look a little bit nicer. we need to make some of these things. Cobblestone structure pipes. And we're actually going to need quite a few of them.
What you doing with those?
Facades.
Ah. Yes, facades are really great because it makes it so that you can still have those pipes in the area, but then because you can actually have a facade on each of the 6 sides of the pipe, it makes it so that on the outside we can have one texture, and then on the inside we can have another.
Exactly. And it also means that we can actually make it look halfway decent. Now, for this setup, I'm just going to be doing a very basic setup with the bloodwood, for example. So let's go like that, and I can actually just leave 2 of them in. I think should be enough. Let me turn off the other chipsets I'm doing here. Oh, right, it's nighttime. So we're going to have to wait until daytime for this thing to actually fire itself up. Hey. So why don't I bring you guys back in once I actually start installing these facades and making this place look a little nicer. And we're back, and Nick was just telling me about the time he had 47,000 diamonds.
All through the use of a few soul shards, as well as zombie pigmen, and turtles, buildcraft, and minium stones.
Yeah. So if you guys notice, I can actually sneak back, and I can place these facades on the pipes. Now, the nice thing about the facades, they actually auto-configure. I just want to make sure from the back I'm placing these right.
You are not.
I'm not? Oh, okay. Yoink.
You did on the first 4, but then after that you misplaced them.
Yeah, because I'm trying to do it past the tool racks.
Right. Those are going to be fun.
I don't want to move them. Let's see if I can sneak back in.
Nope.
Okay, so those are lost cause until I can actually get back there. But, as you guys can see, you kind of have to be careful about where you click on the bounding box. Nope, that one's just decided it's not going to work. There we go. Like that. Like that. They actually do auto-configure so that you don't have to worry about... Like that. Did that actually go in? Alright, these are going to have to move. Oh, that one actually went in correctly. Bring the tool forward, which takes forever and a day to break. Alright, there we go. So we can put that on, and this way you can't actually see past the chests that there's something going on back there. And we'll move that other stuff in a little bit, but that we can take care of that kind of off camera. Part builder and stencil table. There we go. That we can take care of off camera. But the nice thing is, if I actually get around back here, you can see that these things have actually auto-configured through their facades, so that there's actually a hole in the facade for the pipe to travel through. So basically, it's not like, what are those? Micro parts, where it'll actually block the transit. With facades, it'll configure itself kind of automatically. So let's put that down and that down.
I am having issues trying to remember how exactly to take off the logistics.
Facades?
Yeah.
Shift right click with a facade in your hand.
Ah.
That's actually relatively new.
And what was the provider module supposed to be on over here? Because I accidentally broke it.
Oh, all of them have provider modules.
Oh. Well, is it already supposed to be set to something, or?
I don't think on these, unless this is... No, this one's supposed to be set to leave one item per type.
Well, there we go.
Hook these up. And so, yeah, you can have a very nice system with this stuff at the walls and no real worries. Now, the cool thing is, we could go back to my base, for example, and plug in a chest for me to do my item sorting with. And we are about to do item auto-processing, which will be a lot of fun. Yeah. So we're going to have to make a bunch of machines. And then we'll bring you guys back in once we have those machines done and we're ready to start assembling. Alright, so we decided that we're going to do IC2 for our automatic processing. And
Yep.
Nick almost killed me because I misspoke, and we had some derptastic moments.
And we also went into the new news about FTB, which neither of us are happy about.
Which is that FTB will be standardizing all primary line mod packs to RF and any mod that doesn't have integrated conversion. In other words, like, you know, with some machines, you just plug in an RF
RF generator.
Yeah, and it just automatically converts it to whatever it needs native. Right. That is not going... That if you don't have that, you cannot be in the primary line FTB packs. So in other words, IC2 will not be in any primary line FTB packs.
Which, because that was both of our first mods, we are none too impressed.
Right. But that is in the future. We'll see if that goes through. So, what we're doing now is we're making an energy bridge. We already have an HV consumer. You can see the recipe here. And all we need to do to turn it into a producer is to put it on our crafting table and pull it out. Awesome. Now we're going to need to get an energy bridge, which I'm crafting with the leadstone and redstone transmission coils and a diamond.
While I'm making macerators.
And the last thing we need is our RF consumer. Alright, so let's get downstairs and let's start hooking this stuff up. Now, I remembered about halfway through this whole process that IC2 does not really do cable hiding. There's no good way to hide IC2 cables.
Except for hiding it underneath things.
Right, you have to go a full block level down. So we're going to go down here, and we're going to put down...
Actually, I believe micro blocks still work.
No, not anymore.
They don't?
Well, they've never worked. It's in planned.
Oh.
So we're going to throw down our RF consumer, which plugs in nicely, our energy bridge in the middle, and then our HV producer on the end. And you can see here, we're getting some RF. It's charging up, and you can see it is linked. RF in. IC2HV does not have a link right now. Awesome. And you can also see what the current limits are set at. Anywhere you click on this block will give you the same screen. Awesome. Absolutely awesome. It is now charged, and as you can see, this is a lossless system. So
Which
now,
is great.
Exactly. I love lossless systems. So let me do that. And let's just pick up, just for demonstration's sake, our bat box. And plug it into the end. You can see it's storing some power. And I'm going to plug it in right here, just for demonstration's sake. It is charged up. You can see it's now limited. This again is lossless, so it will not lose power. Awesome. However, we're not going to stick with that. In fact, we're going to get started on some other IC2 stuff, which means we're going to need for ourselves, let's just go straight up to the MFE, shall we? So the MFE requires, well, a lot of stuff. And Nick's over there making all the machines we need for the ore processing while I'm actually doing the power net. We're going to need an energy... Oh, shoot. We need compressors for that, don't we?
Believe we already have a compressor, don't we?
Yeah, I just need to hook the power up for it.
Well, you got plenty of... Or no, you don't actually have plenty of cables.
Yeah, I need...
There's some rubber.
Thank you. I need plenty of gold, too. Gold cable.
Well, you'll have to make a new cutter.
Okay. Great, which means a new forge hammer, actually.
Nope, the forge hammer is currently in my inventory.
I'll just make one for myself anyways.
Well, now there's going to be two.
Yeah, I'll just throw it in my box of stuff that I use on a day-to-day basis.
And right now, I am looking for the tree taps, which we really should get an electric one of these.
Yes, we should. Or we just switch over to using MFR rubber. That works too.
Yeah, well, I would like to stick to using this for as long as I can, simply because of the new news.
Yeah, okay, fine. So we're going to need 3 plates, and this is where I'm really happy I'm not playing Greg Tech, otherwise it would take 2 ingots per plate. We can put these in and get ourselves a brand new cutter. Excuse me, Minecraft. Thank you, cutter. And let's get a bunch of gold.
Do you have the extractor power set up?
Not yet. That setting that stuff up will happen.
No, the extractor is set up.
Oh, it is? Okay.
That's the only one that's set up right now. But
Insulated gold cable. We need plenty more rubber now.
yeah, that's why
I'm not
I'm
gonna put
running the
IC2
extractor.
Yeah, I'm not going to put any more IC2 power storage in yet.
I do need to have an insulated tin cable over here, though, because you accidentally unhooked it.
Well, I'm just going to hook it straight in. I think I have enough cable length to do it. Oh, I just broke the bat box.
Well, that's not good.
Now, the question I have is, will this stuff cross-connect? Yes, it will connect across types. Oh, I am one cable short. Darn you.
One cable of what type?
Gold. I need one more insulated gold cable.
I have the rubber. Do you have the gold?
I have the gold cable.
Well, I will be right down there. Because I thankfully had just enough time.
Oh, thank goodness. All right, so let me get some more insulated gold cable here.
That's another thing that I really liked about, another thing that I really like about IC2.
Oh.
Even if you run out of power, you still have enough power for a few, units.
All right, you can now just use it. It's hooked into the energy bridge.
Okay. Yeah, I'd say so.
It's now connected. Nothing to worry about.
Okay. I wonder how much the RF to EU conversion is.
It's a bit. It's the same as the old MJ conversion ratio.
So like 10 RF per 1 EU?
Multiplied by 10, I believe. MJ was weird, though. It was 2 point... Because they figured it out by doing the bucket of lava test.
Right.
With the lava being run through a combustion engine, I believe.
Yeah, that makes sense. Now, the fact that we just have so many of these different energy mods, people just can't, figure out a standard.
Which, in my opinion, it adds some of the fun to it.
Yeah, it does, because then, other than, the automatic converters, which the automatic converters are nice, and it makes it so that if you have one really good energy source, that will power everything in your base. But every now and then, I'll still make a solar flower for my IC2 stuff.
Yeah, there is something about having the options, really.
Yeah. Instead of, oh, hey, you have to go with this certain form of generating power. And I say we save this for off camera, because otherwise I'm going to go on another rant.
Exactly. So I'm just getting ourselves a bit more rubber, courtesy of IC2 rubber trees only needing one bone meal click to actually grow.
Which is great.
Thank you, IC2 devs. Thank you so much. And we don't have another tree tap anywhere, do we?
Yes, we do. It's in my hand.
Okay. Thank you. So yes, we probably won't get to the full automation of that system today, because Nick hates LP, but we made logistics pipes. What we may do, if I can talk, really, this tree spawned without any rubber holes on it?
It happens.
Or no, this is the one I just spawned, and no rubber spots, really. So what we're going to be doing is, I may end up doing that actually off camera.
And another thing that we'll be doing off camera is setting up a transport station for the two of us so that we can use ender pouches in order to transfer items to each other. Because that is one of the things that is getting on our nerves, just trying to transfer items to each other.
Yeah, especially because it's like, hold on, let me run upstairs to grab you really quick. Hold on.
Or let me run downstairs so that I can go and, grab your 6 items that you need that just happen to be downstairs. And then, not transfer it over to you, and I actually have to run back up.
Yep, and there are also really cool things you can do with ender pouches and logistics pipes as well.
Yeah. Especially because of the if you have the ender chest set up to automatically get everything out of it and send it into a logistics pipe system, then you can just go down mining for as long as you can have food.
Or, for that matter, you do what I ended up doing in my single-player world.
Which was?
Most people don't realize it, but there's a specific item that allows remote requests with logistics pipes.
Mm-hmm.
And it is awesome because it's rangeless, and it automatically requests to a specific inventory that the pipe is connected to.
Well, that is quite nice.
Like an ender pouch. So I may do that all a part of the same episode, and I may condense that into one. So I'll just do both of those at the same time. So that's a bit of a sneak peek. But as you can see, we are quite rapidly actually setting up our IC2 system.
Yep, and I almost have all of the... Where's our redstone?
Should be in the chest. The gems chest.
Gems chest.
Gems and dust.
Yes, it is. I could not find it. But I did.
And I know we have some more... Oh, that's MFR rubber wood. Oh, never mind. Nope, we have some IC2 rubber wood that we can process down to.
Yep.
So yes, we're going to finish crafting this stuff up, or at least get a good chunk of this started. Actually, let me show you guys how to do the MFE now that I actually know what we're, that we have the capability of doing it. So the MFE, we need energy crystals. We need energy and dust, which means we need 4 diamond dust. Each diamond produces 1 diamond dust. So we need 16 diamond dust. Nick, tell me we have 16 diamonds.
Oh, I'm sure that we probably do, but right now, trying to... Oh, right. That would be where the issue is.
So?
I forgot that in order to make an electric furnace, you use an iron furnace.
Yep.
Which, of course, is going to be a pain because of the new recipes.
Yep. Actually, it's not that bad. It's just 5 iron plates.
Yeah, but I'm still used to the old recipes.
Oh, that makes sense. Alright, so I'm going to just chuck these into my pulverizer. Let me actually disable the inputs and outputs on this. And we'll just chuck that in there. And hopefully... Oh, it won't work in a pulverizer. Thank you, Minecraft.
What won't work in a pulverizer?
Diamond dust. Apparently it's specified IC2 only.
Well, we should have that soon anyway.
Yep. Do we have at least 1 pulverizer in there? Or 1 macerator?
I have 3.
We have at least 1 upstairs anyways. So
We actually have 4 because I already made my 3.
Oh, okay. So hold on, let me... Oh, darn it, I left that over here. We're running around like headless chickens, I know. I'm well aware of that, guys. So let's
get... because it is fun.
That I need.
And it's a lot more entertaining, probably, than, just sitting in our base and talking.
Yeah, exactly. Alright, so there we go. We have our insulated gold cables.
While he is doing that, I'm finishing up creating our electric furnace system.
I shouldn't have dropped down like that. Also, whose idea was it to not put a ladder in this room?
That would be yours, because you were the one who made it in the first place. Remember?
Yep. I actually think I originally did have a ladder, but it was in the way of something I was working on.
Well, here come the iron furnaces.
Yep, we need more rubber again. 2 blocks. Oh, I don't have a crafting table down here, do I?
Nope. I will bring you one.
Thank you. And the rest of the rubber that's upstairs, if you'd be so kind.
There's only one.
Oh. Drat.
How many do you need?
A lot. It's IC2.
Correct. I have 2 crafting tables that I'm going to be coming over with, and I'm also going to be coming over with the IC2 rubber wood.
Awesome. Let me just check something.
So I can use it in the extractor.
when I was off camera, they may have, when I was not doing IC2, they may have actually updated this. So I'm just getting myself some cobble covers and checking to see if... Alright, what block space is that in?
The one above it.
Yeah, okay. So no, they haven't done that yet.
Yes. I will be right back.
Okay. Can you give me the crafting table before you go?
Yep.
And the rubber, maybe? Thank you. Okay, so while he's off for a minute, let's throw that down. And we just need a wee bit more rubber. So, I can do this. This will not be efficient, but it'll get this connected. There we go. We are now connected. Awesome. So now that should be running upstairs. Let me just make a quick... some of these. And that will let me make a ladder. I get 3 of them. Shiny. And we'll put that in... right here. Beautiful. 3 will not be enough, I know. 1, oops, not what I wanted. Ooh, they break nice and fast, too. I need exactly 3 more. Awesome. So let's do that. Let's do... I am low on cobble. Who'd have thunk that would ever happen to me? Well, let's finish opening up this floor then. Let's do that, which gets me that, which gets me the rest of the way to having an actual ladder going up. So I'll be right back, guys, as soon as we are ready to deploy our MFE. Be right back. And we're back, guys. So I think we have what we need to put together to actually manage to do this. I think.
Because I just spent how long making all of these machines so that we can actually get this all set up, because you don't like the new IC2 recipes.
It's not that I don't like them, it's that I just did them.
Either way, you still are not happy with them.
Alright, so we're going to have to make some Energium dust, which we just made plenty of. And now we're going to put in our ore washing plants. Actually, do we have a compressor already upstairs?
Yes.
That's not hooked up to power.
No.
We'll move it.
Grab some redstone.
Yes, we could do that, or I could just move the compressor.
That would work too. That was one thing that I really enjoyed. Automatic redstone to energy.
Indeed. So we're going to throw our Energium dust in there, and those are going to compress down into energy crystals. And while we're doing that, we're going to put down our last 3 ore washing plants. Now, they have to wash stuff, so if you guessed they had to be connected to water, you'd be entirely accurate. You can see the water.
And this is completely new to me.
The water is building up in there, and we'll be hooking this all up probably in the next episode with logistics pipes, and I will be connecting power off camera. Mostly because that's mostly me digging around into the floor going, how do I want to run this so it works correctly? Oh yeah, by the by, don't forget these don't stack, so if you just chuck all your Energium dust in there, yeah, it's not going to work.
You actually have to pull them out.
Yep. And now we're going to put these cables in, and that in, and we're just waiting on our last 4 energy crystals.
And so, once we get all those energy crystals in...
Which shouldn't take more than like a minute or 2, because thankfully it's less painfully slow than some other IC2 machines I could think of off the top of my head.
Such as?
The extractor.
Yep. Which the extractor is a really great machine, but it's a pain because it takes so long to run.
Indeed.
And that's the only way to get rubber.
And we're bottlenecking on rubber right now, so...
It's the only thing that we're bottlenecking on right now, and that's just simply because IC2 loves its rubber.
And it's iron.
Yeah, we probably run through about 4 freaking stacks already.
Yep. Never mind what we were burning through doing Logi pipes.
Yeah, it's ridiculous.
Alright, so now we're going to hook up these things.
And while you're doing that, I'm going to put a roof on this thing.
Okay. Hey, if it was GregTech, the machines would actually be exploding when exposed to rain.
Yeah.
And we're going to throw this down like that. And I think I got the output face correctly. Yes, I did. Okay. Let's pick up that.
Because they are not configurable, because this is not thermal expansion.
Indeed. But as you can see, this is charging. This is currently producing... So it's intaking 120 RF per tick, thereabouts. And it's outputting about 60, 61 EU. So it's about a 2-to-1 conversion.
And at this point, I cannot find the chisel.
Big one?
That's what I'm going to have to do. No, wait. I remember there being a chisel. And I know where it is. It is in the magic area.
Oh, okay. So yes.
That we haven't been around in recently.
So now that this is all configured, guys, it is time for us to say goodbye. We are, again, over time for the episode. I don't think anyone's overly surprised by that.
We are starting IC2. It will always happen.
Indeed. So this has been Mr. Kassarian.
And this has been Tekrin.
And as always, guys, happy mining.